For the next exercise on the post-pitch recovery program, we're going to be doing forearm 6-way, so it's actually 6 different exercises all focused on our forearm. The 2 pieces of equipment we'll need is a set of bands and also a bat. A fungo will probably work best, especially if you're new to this, because it's a little lighter weight, not quite as long. So if your coach has a fungo you can use, that would be ideal, but you can use a regular bat as well. For the first 2 exercises, we're going to be doing wrist flexion and extension. So all we need is a surface where we can hang our wrist off the edge of it. So you can use the edge of your bench if you're in the dugout. We're going to place our non-throwing hand on our forearm just to help stabilize it. We don't want our forearm raising or doing any types of curls. It's all on our wrist. So we're going to be doing flexion here with our wrist. Then we're going to flip over and do extension. So here we can use our band, and all we really have to do, you could hook it down low, but it's pretty easy just to be able to hold with your other hand kind of off the edge. Make sure we keep our forearm down there, especially since we're not using our hand to help stabilize it. We're going to do 15 reps in flexion until we feel a nice little burn in here. We should by 15. Then we're going to flip it over, and now we're going to be pulling up into extension. If it's a little too much using both sets of bands, you can just drop one and use just one piece of the band. Then for the next 2, we're going to be doing supination, pronation, which is basically wrist rotations. This is where we can use the bat. We're going to hold down at the very end of the bat so we can use the bat as a lever to provide the resistance. This time we do want our hand here to help stabilize. We're going to slowly rotate to our palm up, rotating our wrist down into supination about this speed, nice and controlled all the way back to the starting point. Nice and controlled for 15 reps, and then we're going to go the opposite way. So now into palm down, into pronation. Slowly bring it back to the starting point, 15 reps here. The last 2, we're going to be doing ulnar deviation and radial deviation, which is kind of like the hammer motion. This we'll do as standing. For radial deviation, we're going to hold the bat just like we were, pretty normal. And all we're doing is we want to make sure our elbow is not bending, our arm's not moving, it's all on our wrist. And all we're doing is bending our wrist here into radial deviation. So it's just that movement, using the bat as a lever, making sure that our elbow and arm is not moving. The other one, we're actually going to hold the bat like this for ulnar deviation. Now we're bending our wrist back this way into ulnar deviation. Again, our elbow and upper arm's not moving, it's just in our wrist, performing for 15 reps.